everyone, welcome to my channel, Happiness Handmade. My name is Lisa and I am a lover of all things crochet. If this is your first time with us, hello and welcome. If you are already subscribed, welcome back. So I went to Atlanta, Georgia for a bachelorette party. It was so much fun. I got to see some really old friends that I've had since college, got to meet some new friends and some of the bride's family members, and it was so much fun. There was a lot of dancing, a lot of yelling, a lot of loud music, and so I feel like my voice is still recovering, but I wanted to hop on here and share with you this new YouTube video all about my flight journey around crochet. I thought what would be fun is if I kind of broke down what I brought on the plane, what I can bring on the plane, and everything like that. I had all of these really fun and exciting ideas for what I would crochet, and none of that happened. So get your whips, get your hooks, get your fiber fill, get your yarn, and let's get into it. Now, I haven't brought hooks and yarn on a flight before, but at that time I was making a blanket, so I didn't need, I knew I didn't need scissors, I didn't need stitch markers, I didn't need a needle, I didn't need a lot of things. It was just a hook and my yarn, and so that was totally fine. But this time I wanted to bring a lot more things because I had some other things that I wanted to make. I had this whole grand idea of, making some fun items, maybe passing out some crochets to people when I got them completed. And so I knew I needed to bring a needle. I wanted my scissors, some stitch markers, but I had never brought any of those items onto a plane before. So the first thing I did was go to the TSA's website, and that's our Transportation Security Association here in the United States. I was flying nationally from Kansas City, Missouri to Atlanta, Georgia. So I wanted to check to see what TSA said about the items that I wanted to bring. And on their website, they have a really cool section where it literally is, can I bring this? And you can type in whatever it is that you want to bring, and it's like a search option, and then it will populate what you have listed and let you know if it's okay for carry-on, if you need to put it in a checked bag, and what the parameters are for that item that you want to bring. So that was really helpful. So I checked out that website and I typed in everything that I wanted. So first I typed in crochet hooks. I knew that those would be okay. They are considered sharp tools, but they are generally safe to bring on a plane. Now, let me preface all of this by saying this is when at the time I was recording this is what was available to bring on a plane. Definitely, if you are about to go on a trip, or if you are curious about what your airline or your airport is going to allow, definitely look at that information ahead of time. This is just my experience and what I encountered when I looked at the website at the time that I did and when I was flying. So definitely do your due diligence, check this stuff out. Don't take my word for it. I am not a TSA agent. I am simply just a small little crocheter wanting to pass some time by working on some whips in the plane. The first and most interested thing and what I was most curious about was the scissors. So obviously scissors are a sharp object. There are many different sizes of scissors, different styles of scissors, all different kinds. So I wanted to look it up and see, can I bring scissors on my carry-on? These were the scissors that I wanted to bring. Yes, they are my little kid scissors. I use them all the time. I know that there's so many other options for scissors, but they're here in the house. My kids let me borrow it when they're not using the scissors. They're kid friendly. And so these are the scissors that I bring. And what I noticed from TSA is that they said the scissors can be no longer than 4 inches from the pivot point. And so I made sure that this was less than 4 inches, and it is. And so I thought that these would be okay to bring on. So I put them on my carry-on. I was also curious about the needles. Now I have 2 options. I have my plastic needle and I have my nicer metal needle. And you can't see that very well. So I went ahead and brought both of these. Now they said, again, I checked out the website. They said that needles were fine. They prefer that all of these items are in some type of sheath. I don't have any like sheaths for my hooks or sheaths for my scissors or my needles. I just had a little mesh bag that I put everything in. So I was curious about that, if they would stop me and ask if I had a sheath. But I brought both of these because I thought, you know what, if there's any needle that's going to get through, it'll be the plastic one. I prefer my metal one, but I brought both just in case they had to take one away, I wouldn't be out with both of them. So I brought these, and I also brought stitch markers. And again, I brought a couple different kinds of stitch markers. So I have this cute little stitch marker here. It has an L on it for Lisa, but you'll see it's metal. It's a clasp. I didn't think there would be any issues with it, but just in case, because I really like this one. If it got confiscated, it got confiscated. But I went ahead and brought some of like the plastic ones as well, because I knew that these would be like, pretty sure these would be safe. Again, they are pointy, and that's what I was worried about. But brought some of these stitch markers as well, thinking that, okay, if they wanted to take my metal stuff away, at least I would have some plastic items. I did the same thing with my hooks. So I brought a metal hook with the silicone handle, and these are like my favorite. I love, love, love using these types of hooks. But I also had some plastic hooks. So I actually brought two kinds. In case the metal one they did not like, I knew that the plastic one would be okay. But I wanted to bring like the stuff that I like to crochet with. So brought the metal ones, but also brought a backup plastic one as well. So I did my research, I did my due diligence. I'm feeling good about what I am bringing on my carry-on, but you just never know. I've heard so many different stories of people having different experience with different items, different experiences with different items that they're trying to bring on. So of course I was a little nervous going onto the plane. Also, the original plan was going to be that I brought some yarn to make some small little plushies, like small amigurumi items, or just small little plushies that wouldn't take a lot of time to make. And then I would pass out those plushies on the plane to like the little kids or the flight attendants. Like I thought it would be really fun to like crochet something real time and then pass it to the people that are on the plane. As I was packing, I'm thinking, you know what? I have to pack more than one type of yarn. At the very least, I would need two types of yarn, one for the item, and then I was going to do just like a French knot or embroider the eyes and just have black eyes, because I didn't want to mess with safety eyes in case they were like tiny kids that I wanted to give a plushie to. So then I'm thinking, okay, this is starting to get a lot. Like I'm needing all of these things, and I need different colors of yarn. And I'm thinking, like, what can I make? You know, like what can I make that's going to take 20, 30 minutes? And there's a lot of really great options out there, but I was just like, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to work. So I pivoted before I left, and I said, you know what? I have a custom order for a baby blanket. So I will take that. That's going to require one color of yarn. It's really not going to require the stitch markers or even the needles or maybe even the scissors. But I still wanted to bring it all to try it and see what would work and what wouldn't. So still brought all those things. And then the yarn that I brought, you guys, is this yarn. It's Loops and Threads Classic Cotton Yarn. Now, remember, this is going to be for a baby blanket. I've never used this yarn before. I ordered this in bulk. As you can see, it's a small skein. And so I'm making a baby blanket, so I knew that I needed a lot. So I ordered quite a bit of this Loops and Threads cotton, thinking that it would be really great for a baby blanket. It's 100%, you know, natural, classic cotton colors, like all 100% cotton. See, right there, 100% cotton. I thought that would be really good. When I first got this yarn, I felt that it was a little stiff. And I like pondered. I was like, is this going to be too stiff for a baby blanket? But I pushed that thought aside and I went ahead and I kept it. I packed all these skeins of yarn for my carry-on and I packed all of my items and I'm thinking, okay, this might be fine. Well, it didn't work out. So again, the other idea that I had didn't work out. So come along with me. I will bring you on this journey of, do I make it past TSA with all of my items? What do I end up crocheting on this trip? So let's go. You guys, I do not know why I'm so nervous, but I am like I don't know why. I'm like, what if they stop me? Like, what's the worst going to happen? They're going to take away a crochet hook. It's not the end of the world. But I was waiting in line for the security to go through security, and I was so nervous. And then, of course, I go through security. It literally took 2 seconds. They didn't even check anything, and I was free to go. I also was getting to my gate, and the smell of Cinnabon. Where are my millennials at? It took me all the way back to hanging out in malls. That was like our jam. I passed the Cinnabon though. I went for a chai tea latte, one of my favorites when I'm traveling. Okay, so I already kind of gave you an update on this yarn that I brought. Oh, there's my crochet. It made it. Made it through security. But this yarn, you guys, it's just not going to do it. So I started working on the blanket. It was so stiff. I quickly pivoted. I knew it wasn't going to work out. I then started to try to make, like, I was trying to think of what else I could make, and the yarn was just so stiff. I didn't really want to make a plushie. So I thought maybe pocket hugs? I don't know. I'm so disappointed. I don't know why I brought this yarn. And then, you guys, when I get on the plane, I didn't do any filming on the plane. And the reason I didn't do any filming is because it is so early in the morning. The sun hasn't even come up. The plane was totally dark. So I don't know why I thought that I was going to be able to crochet. The plane was pitch black. But I made it to Atlanta. I am so glad that I am here. It was a gorgeous weekend. Like I said, I had so much fun spending time with friends and family members and folks that I have not seen in such a long time. This video does not have a whole lot of crocheting in it, so I am sorry about that, but I still thought it would be really fun to just share with you guys my experience, and I hope you had fun. So as you can see, you guys, this did not work out at all the way that I planned. I still have plenty of yarn left to make some hearts and pocket hugs. Please let me know in the comments if you have any other ideas on how I can use this yarn. Again, it's 100% cotton. There's nothing wrong with this yarn. It is just not going to work for a baby blanket. It's far too stiff, far too hard. It's not going to be comfortable. So I'm going to use some other yarn for the baby blanket. But what else can I make with this besides pocket hugs? Please drop it in the comments below. Let me know what you think. So when I got back from my trip, I had one more day off of work. So I have a full-time job, full-time corporate job, but I had another day off, and I'm so grateful. I was like thanking my past self for giving me that extra day off to recover, to unpack, to do some laundry, to get like my life together before I jump into work again. And so that was really, really smart of past Lisa. Thank you, past Lisa. I appreciate it. So of course, you guys, I think I have filmed this like 3 different times saying that it's my last Joann's visit, because I'm really thinking that it's my last Joann's visit. I went again to Joann's. I really think this is going to be the last time, you guys, but I had to bring you with me. So let's go to Joann's together, really for the last time, you guys. Like, I really think this is it. Maybe. I think it's it. This is it, though. I'm back in Kansas City. I had a fantastic trip. It was so amazing. I did miss my little ones, so it was exciting to see them. Just dropped Kayla off at daycare, and you guys, I keep saying that I have a final Joann's trip. I really think this is going to be it. I am in the parking lot right now of Joann's, and I think this is going to be the last one. But I heard that they are having Bernat blanket for $4. So I cannot pass up a deal like that. I have to go into my Joann's and see what they have going on. My Joann's closes in T-8 days. They even have a sign out. I'll take a video of it. They are closing in 8 days time, and I am so sad. I don't expect there to be a lot, but again, cannot pass up a good deal. So we're going to go in there and check it out. I got here right when they opened, and as the gentleman was opening the door, he slapped on that number 7 over the 8. So this store is actually closing in 7 days, you guys. Oh my gosh. Luckily though, we had some really good deals. It was 60% off all yarn, No burnout blanket for $4. That must have been like a total farce. But it was 60% off yarn. And then it was another buy 10, get 20% off, or buy 20 and get 30, an additional 30% off. So as you can see, not a big selection though. This was literally the only aisle that they had for yarn. So not a lot of options, not a lot of colors. There was a little bit of posh, so I totally snagged that up. As you can see, they literally like caution taped off most of this store. I'm still glad that I went, but it was a pretty quick trip. I'm so excited about the yarn that I got, the deals that I got. You guys, the deals were dealing. I am so excited. And you know, as a small, like handmade business owner, every little bit counts. And so the fact that I was able to get yarn or even just some other items like giveaway items or just cute crochet stuff, like things that I can incorporate in, you know, my packaging and, you know, just to support the community and make a better experience for my buyers, and get these items at a low price. It really is the silver lining that is Joann's closing. It is so sad. It is such a bummer. I love Big Twist so much. Maybe Hirschner's is going to pick it up. Maybe they'll pick up Posh. Maybe they'll pick up Plush. Maybe they'll pick up Baby Bear. We are still not sure yet. As I'm filming this, we are still not sure yet, but very, very grateful to get the yarn that I did and the items that I did. I will miss Joann's so much. Obviously, I keep trying to go back, but okay, I really think this is it, you guys. I really, really think that was the last time. What you didn't see on the camera is this amazing wooden United States. So I thought this would be so fun to kind of mark all of the places that I have sold my crochets. So I have an Etsy shop. I go on Palm Street. And so I have sold items to people all over the United States. I have a couple of international orders as well, but primarily sell in the United States. So maybe one day I'll get like a world map, but I could not pass up this one and the deal that I got on this one too. So again, it's all wooden. And I thought what I could do with the cursive letters is put happiness handmade, either somewhere on the top or on this bottom here. And then I could color in all the places, all the states that I have sold items to for happiness handmade. And it would just like be a really cool visual. I can put it up in this room so I can see it. I kind of want to do like a different setup as well for like when I film my YouTube videos or I'm going live or I'm doing anything. You'll notice I have this in the background. I went live last night. So no, I didn't go live last night. I went live before I left the trip, the night before I left. And so I just kept it up. And so now I'm back from the trip and this is all still up. So this was from when I went live. But I think I want to like kind of rearrange this entire room and have like a more organized space for my yarn. And so I have a bed right over here. It's off camera, but we have a bed in this room, which is great for when family visit. This is like our fourth bedroom, like our extra bedroom. And I'm so grateful for the space, but I need more space for my yarn. And I need more space for my crochet stuff and my crochet business. So I thought maybe we can get something like a Murphy bed. And a Murphy bed is just something that allows you to hook on your wall. It's like this big, big thing where you can fold in the bed. And so it folds into the wall. And then there's more room for storage and there's more room for space within the room. And then if you need to use the bed, if you have guests coming in or family or whatever, you can just take that down. The bed can go back down and it's like a bedroom again. But it's really, really nice and like really convenient because it gives you more space. And so I've kind of been on the lookout for Murphy beds. Murphy bed prices range like significantly. Like you can get like a really, really cheap one or you can get like a really, really expensive one. I'm looking for something middle of the road. I want it to be nice and still comfortable, but have a lot of storage. for all of my crochet stuff. So anyway, I digress. I say all of that to say I want to rearrange the room. I want to start putting up some really cool artwork or just like really unique things to have, you know, behind my lives and my YouTube videos. So as I start selling more in different states, we can fill in the states together. And I just think it would be really fun and just like a really cool visual of how Happiness Handmade is growing. So I totally did not film an outro, but I thought you would enjoy some more Atlanta skyline. Thank you guys so much for being here, and we'll see you later.